Welcome back, fellow soldiers, to this week's Developers Briefing, and that is Developers Briefing number 95 already. This week's Developers Briefing will be a shorter one, so I'm also going to keep this video quite short for you guys. There are two things that the devs are talking about in Developers Briefing number 95. We will be getting the Grease Gun, the M3 submachine gun, and the devs are also talking about the new hitbox system and flinching that will be introduced in update number 8. So let's have a closer look at that, have a look at the screen for a little bit of inputs from the visual side to see some images of the new Grease Gun, and let's dive right into it. We're gonna start off with the new Grease Gun, the M3 submachine gun that will be added to the game with update number 8, I think. As you can see on the screen, there are some pictures that the developers have included in the developers briefing. It's a typical World War II gun that was introduced in 1942 to the Allied forces, that was designed as a cheaper and lighter replacement of the Thompson submachine gun. And if I remember correctly, that gun only cost the government about $15 to produce, around that one. So it really was a cheap alternative, but a very effective one. Also, in Hell Let Loose, we'll be getting that gun, and with the Grease Gun, we'll get kind of a similar weapon to an MP40 style weapon for the US forces. The Grease Gun will have a 450 rounds per minute rate of fire. That is almost half of that of the Thompson, but still the Grease Gun will be having a 30 round detachable box magazine, and according to the devs, it will be perfect for a CQB style environment. So this weapon is supposed to be a weapon for the middle to short range. And if you are wondering, why do we really need a new weapon, since all the weapons do a one-hit damage or one-hit death approximately? That's also what the devs are writing about, and here I'm just gonna read to you what the devs are writing in the developers briefing. In update 8, the introduction of bullet penetration and a more complex hitbox system, including limp detection and flinching when hit, will give specific weapons greater stopping power and effectiveness at certain ranges. We always want to make sure our design maintains the lethality of weapons. We know that there's nothing more frustrating than firing on a target and nothing registering, or them soaking up bullets like a sponge. At the same time, we're going to be using these aspects as a way of increasing the effectiveness of slower bolt action weapons, while also increasing longer range survivability for high rate of fire weapons, EA being hit in the foot by an MP40 at 300 meters, and also prioritizing aim. We'll talk more about this in a later dev briefing, but we feel that these additional aspects will give great tactical distinction to each weapon, naturally balance bolt action weapons against faster firing weapons, and will reduce the incidence of instant death at long range, allowing for more useful medic gameplay. And that is kind of exactly what I was thinking, and also hoping that the developers will be thinking about when introducing new weapons. If you have been with Hell Let Loose since a longer time, you know the issue, if you want to call it that way, is that every weapon kind of kills with one shot. And if you have a machine gun, an automatic weapon, then you can just pray and spray and you'll hit something at some time. And that especially made the job for the medics quite complex. And with the introduction of the new hitbox system and also the bullet penetration, the developers want to work exactly on that small problem, or on that side of the story, that they want to make different weapons different in their penetration according to their firing rate or their caliber. So I think that's a very great addition. I'll be very much looking forward to how this will be implemented. Of course, it will need some after work after it launched with update number 8, but I think it will definitely be a great addition to the game. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the grease gun, about adding new weapons with different penetration levels and also firing rates, and if you are looking forward to the new hitbox system or not really. Just tell me in the comments down below, I'd be very interested in that. And that's already been it for Developers Briefing number 95, I think it was. I hope you enjoyed the content I provided. If you did so, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, like the video if you did so, and as always, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see each other on the battlefield.